Hi, it's Kirsten Milliken from Play ADHD and KirstenMilliken.com. I am here today with Rich Schramm, the developer of an amazing new ADHD family task app called iGotThis. In case you couldn't guess it, it's got it on his shirt. It'll be there for the entire interview. I got this. I met Rich through the powers of the universe. Very long story, but suffice it to say that he showed me this app that he's had in development, and it blew my socks off. And knowing how cold it is here in Maine, to not have my socks on, that was a big, big reaction. It's beautiful. It's intuitive. It's easy to use. It makes sense. It's got all of the features that I would have come up with if he invited me to be on the project. It's just so impressive. And since I met him, I've done whatever I can to make sure that he's getting the word out. Rich is not paying me anything. I just want to put that out there. He did, though, give me this really wicked cool t-shirt. So, yeah, I got this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, love my t-shirts. Keeping me warm here today. And Rich has got a Kickstarter coming out, so I wanted to take the time, though, to talk to him and introduce you to my audience to make sure that they knew about this amazing app. So, Rich, welcome.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about who you are, why you developed this app.
Well, I've got 3 kids that have ADHD, and I had ADHD myself as a kid. I still do, though obviously my symptoms aren't quite as the way they used to be. But we had a need for it in our house. We needed a way to help our family get stuff done. And I also wanted a way to improve my kids' self-esteem because I saw that was just constantly being worn away by what was going on in their lives. And so we looked everywhere and we couldn't find anything. I mean, I've been in the software industry for 25 years. So my first thought was, there's got to be an app for that. And there wasn't, to our surprise. And so, we first went manually and tried to create something that worked for us, but it wasn't ideal. And we just said, you know what, this is, there's a need for it in the market. We need it. We know so many parents of kids with ADHD could use this. Let's build it and see what we can make happen. And so, I dropped out of the IT industry and we went forward and have been working on this for the last 18 months. And we're really, really happy with where it's at. And, we're going to be releasing it soon. But we need funding to get us across the finish line. So we've launched this Kickstarter campaign. It started March 6th and runs through April 6th. And so we're trying to build awareness with the community, the ADHD community, to have them come and back us and help us get this out there to the ADHD community in the world.
Amazing. So if you know anything about people with ADHD, you know that we try lots of apps because we're always looking for the magic solution. And
right.
There are a lot of task apps out there. There are a lot of organizational apps, how to get things done, to-do lists, all these kinds of things. What did you find was missing that you thought was so important in the app that you've developed with iGotThis?
Well, for one thing, it wasn't family-based, right? Most of those apps are geared towards an individual, and they're geared towards generally young adults, and they are designed really for people that are not ADHD. They're designed for typical people, typical single adults. And so what we really needed was something that we could oversee our kids and see what they were doing, provide rewards for them for being able to, being successful, which is a really important aspect of this. And we needed something that would give them fail-safe reminders, because getting a reminder once is not enough, especially for a kid with ADHD. They need to, they'll say, okay, and then they'll go on with whatever, and it'll slip out of their mind. And so our system is very different from these other systems. What it does is it gives you an alert when it's before a task is supposed to start. It gives you an alert at the time the task is supposed to start, and it'll keep giving you an alert until you actually start the task. And then once that task is started, it provides focus alerts to let remind your kids over and over during the task, this is what you should be working on. So if they get distracted, they can get pulled back into what it is that they're doing. And at the end, when they mark the task as being complete, then they get tokens, and they've earned these tokens, and they can use those tokens in the reward system to make be able to redeem those tokens for rewards that parents set up. And the parents, while this is happening, can get real-time alerts. So you don't have to stand over top of your kid and say, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? The app will remind you as a parent, or not remind you as a parent, but will alert you as a parent that your child has started this task or completed this task, or importantly, that they haven't started a task. And that is, and then you can go and you don't have to be a helicopter parent. You can just go and nudge them when they've missed a task and haven't started it.
So tell me, one of the things that I say to a lot of friends and clients is my to-do list doesn't care if I get things done. You mentioned rewards, and I do, and I have used some to-do lists and apps where, I get a badge or I get to play a game or whatever. That's the reward that I get if I complete a task or mark it off as done. Tell me about the rewards that are built into your system that these kids use their tokens for.
So, yeah, and our system does provide badges as well to add that level of gamification. But on top of that, we have a reward system that the kids will earn, and this is all configurable by the parent, which is great because you need to be able to know what works for your kids. But kids will get tokens for starting a task, and then they'll get more tokens for completing the task. And then they'll get additional tokens for starting that task on time, and then more for completing it on time. So you can adjust this however you want. If you want to just incent, I just care about them starting the task, then you can do that. If you care about just completing the task, you can do that as well. So it's all configurable by the parents. But as these kids are doing these things, starting and finishing these tasks, they are accumulating tokens that the parents set up on a per task basis. And they can then use the app to go in and see a menu of the rewards that parents have set up. So parents can go in, create any kind of reward you want. If it's going to be something like choose what's for dinner, or go see a movie, or a laptop, or video game, whatever it is that you want to incent, even if it's cash, right? You can, trade tokens for cash, whatever works for your kid. But these kids can see that list of rewards in the app, use the app to redeem those tokens for the rewards, and let parents approve or disapprove that and that type of thing. So it's completely configurable. Plus, it allows. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So really, parents and kids can work together and be identifying whatever it is at that moment that motivates the kid, because that can change over time. Playing a video game is not always the thing that's going to get them to work on the things they should be doing.
Absolutely. They can set up any type of reward they want for anything, and you can enable and disable the rewards as needed, as you want to be able to do. You can use the same rewards for multiple kids if you want to, do that kind of thing. So again, it's very flexible, very configurable by the parents, but it's also really easy to set up, right? So it's the parents that are generally going to be setting up these tasks with their kids, working together with them in concert to say, here's the task we want you to do, here's the rewards that we're going to offer as part of this with the tokens, and it's all very, very easy to do.
It's amazing. So I want to urge you, Rich has actually got a beautiful video over on his Kickstarter page, and we're also going to be adding more video because you walk through the entire app with me. Very detailed. We're going to cut it down a little bit, but you've got some of the basics over on the Kickstarter page for people to take a look at. And we will put the link to that there. But if you go to Kickstarter, it's under iGotThis, I have to imagine. All one word, right?
I got it. And our website, iGotThis.com. Exactly.
Excellent. And people, is this available now? Is the app actually available now?
No, right now we're still in testing mode with it. So we've been doing testing, alpha testing within the developers and my family. We're going to be opening that up to beta testing. And so backers will, one of the things that they get for backing the campaign, not only do they get, the reward of, like whatever it is they've purchased. So it could be a lifetime access for your family or whatnot. But you also get
I got that.
Yes, you did. you can participate in the beta. You'll be able to help us with that and provide us feedback on it. But I really we've done a lot of testing. We didn't want to roll it out until it was perfect because as it's part of what I'm kind of a perfectionist, but also we don't want to waste people's time. We want to make sure that the things that people are going to say about it is not that it's not working, but that it's here's something we think you should add in the future and that kind of thing.
Excellent. So again, your website?
It's iGotThis.com. And on there, you can read our backstory, all about our family and our journey of creating this. There's also our manifesto that talks about why we do this, because one of the big things with me, and as you know, is I'm very focused on the mission of this, right? So this is not just an app, but it's also a community and a mission. So we have these community forums that are a part of this where parents can get together and share and teach and learn and be part of this community. But it's also our mission to change the language about what ADHD really is and to help improve the self-esteem of these kids. And there's a whole aspect of this app that's really dedicated to improving the self-esteem for kids with ADHD. So we have these additives that parents and kids will both see in the app that reminds them that having ADHD is just a byproduct of being extraordinary, and they have this superpower. And, people like Thomas Edison and Albert Einstein and Richard Branson and Bill Gates, all these luminaries of our world-changing people have had ADHD because it's, again, just a symptom of being extraordinary. And that's the message that we want to get out there to the whole world. And so that's part of what we're doing as well. And that is the other thing that's very different in our app is it's very much focused on providing that kind of positive reinforcement and positive messaging around this.
Amazing. You got to start someplace, starting with this app and getting people to pay attention and get the message out. There's my little ADHD boy.
There he is.
little distraction in the background. So,
oops, squirrel.
Rich, I want to thank you so much for talking to me today. I'll be posting this with the Kickstarter link and, of course, your website link. And I want to encourage everybody to back iGotThis, get access early, and be part of the community that's participating in this movement.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Anytime. Bye.
All right. Thanks. All right. Bye.